A woman once shared with me that her doctor seemed uncomfortable when she asked about intimacy at age 67. He quickly changed the subject, leaving her questions unanswered and feeling embarrassed for asking. This experience isn't uncommon, but it's time we talk openly about intimacy in our golden years. With 40% of seniors between 65–80 still sexually active according to a national poll, you deserve honest, research-based information about this important aspect of well-being, not silence or outdated myths. Myth: seniors lose interest in sex. Many people assume sexual desire fades after 60, but research paints a different picture. About 73% of sexually active seniors report satisfaction with their sex lives. While physical intimacy may happen less often, the desire for emotional and physical connection doesn't disappear. It often becomes more meaningful. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old who rediscovered intimacy with her husband after years of distance. "We thought that part of our lives was over," she shared. "But when we started focusing on emotional closeness first, the physical connection followed naturally. It changed our marriage completely." Stories like Margaret's aren't unusual. A 2019 study found that seniors who remain sexually active report higher quality of life and greater overall well-being. The numbers back this up. The 2010 National Poll on Healthy Aging found 40% of adults aged 65 to 80 are still sexually active. And it's not just about the act itself. 76% of seniors believe sex is an important part of romantic relationships. This tells us that intimacy continues to hold deep value as we age, whether it's through physical touch, emotional bonding, or shared moments of closeness. Some assume older adults lose interest in sex, but the truth is, many simply adapt their expectations. Instead of focusing solely on performance, they prioritize pleasure, emotional connection, and intimacy in broader ways. For some, that might look like cuddling or long conversations that strengthen their bond. For others, it means finding new ways to enjoy physical intimacy that account for changes in their bodies. One reason this myth persists is that doctors and researchers rarely ask seniors about their sex lives. A recent study noted that many older adults voluntarily stop discussing intimacy with their physicians because they assume it's no longer relevant, or because they sense discomfort from the medical staff. But silence doesn't mean disinterest. The key takeaway? Sexual interest doesn't vanish with age. Instead, it often evolves into something deeper and more intentional. Whether it sparks joy, strengthens relationships, or simply feels good, intimacy remains a vital aspect of life for many seniors. But this raises another question. How do physical changes that come with aging affect intimacy? Let's talk about what actually shifts in our bodies over time, and how to navigate those changes without losing the connection that matters. Reality: physical changes require adaptation. Nancy thought her days of enjoying intimacy were over when menopause brought unexpected changes. Like many women, she experienced vaginal dryness and discomfort, issues that affect nearly 60% of postmenopausal women. What surprised her wasn't just the physical shift, but how few resources existed to help her navigate it. Aging naturally changes our bodies. For women, menopause can lead to thinner vaginal walls, less lubrication, and sometimes pain during intercourse. A common misconception is that this means the end of sexual enjoyment. But with simple adjustments, like high-quality lubricants or prescribed hormone therapy, many women find satisfying solutions. Extended foreplay and open communication with partners also make a significant difference. For men, erectile dysfunction becomes more common with age, affecting around 40% of men by 40 and nearly 70% by 70. The good news is that ED treatments, from medications to lifestyle adjustments, help many maintain a fulfilling sex life. Some men find that experimenting with different positions or focusing on intimacy beyond penetration keeps the connection strong. A 2017 study showed that 50% of partnered men over 65 remain sexually active, proving that physical changes don't have to stop pleasure. The key lies in adaptation. Women who experience discomfort can explore water-based lubricants, which reduce friction. Those with significant dryness might talk to their doctor about vaginal moisturizers or low-dose estrogen treatments, which restore elasticity. Men dealing with ED have options too. Medications like Viagra or Cialis work for many, but they aren't the only solutions. Regular exercise, managing stress, and addressing underlying health issues like high blood pressure can improve erectile function. Open conversations with a partner about expectations and preferences also play a crucial role in maintaining intimacy. Interestingly, the same study found that partnered older men were more likely to stay sexually active than women, 50% compared to 40%. But that gap might stem from societal attitudes rather than biology. Women often face more stigma discussing these changes, making them less likely to seek help. Nancy's experience is a perfect example. She didn't realize vaginal dryness was treatable until she pushed for answers. The biggest takeaway? Physical changes are normal, but they shouldn't mean the end of intimacy. Small adjustments, like choosing the right time of day when energy levels are higher, trying new ways of connecting, or using assistive devices, can make all the difference. What matters most is staying open to exploring what works for you and your partner now, rather than comparing intimacy to how it was decades ago. One often overlooked benefit of these adaptations? They encourage more communication. Couples who discuss these changes openly often find their relationship deepens. Whether it's trying a new lubricant, adjusting positions, or simply focusing on touch without pressure, these conversations can strengthen bonds in unexpected ways. But beyond emotional benefits, staying intimate as we age can actually improve our health in surprising ways. The adjustments we make to keep physical connections alive don't just preserve pleasure. They can have real, measurable benefits for our bodies and minds. The unexpected health benefits. Tom was surprised when his doctor asked about his sex life during a routine checkup. Even more surprising? Learning that his active intimate life might be helping his heart health. This isn't just a hunch. A 2019 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that men with stable or increasing sexual desire had a 33% lower risk of coronary heart disease compared to those whose desire declined. For women, the benefits were just as clear. Those who had sex less frequently faced a 64% higher chance of reporting poor health. The protective effects go beyond heart health. That same study revealed men experiencing decreased sexual function had a 63% higher odds of developing cancer. One possible reason? The endorphins released during sex act like natural cancer fighters in the body. These chemicals don't just create feelings of happiness, they may actually help destroy harmful cells. And since sex counts as physical activity, it gives your immune system an extra boost by improving circulation and reducing inflammation. Cognitive function gets a lift too. Regular intimacy helps maintain memory and problem-solving skills as we age. The combination of physical exercise, emotional connection, and hormone regulation during sex appears to sharpen mental clarity. One theory suggests the increased blood flow to the brain during arousal could play a role in keeping neural pathways active. For seniors worried about cognitive decline, this natural intervention could make a meaningful difference. Emotionally, the benefits are just as significant. Intimacy lowers feelings of loneliness and depression, which are major risk factors for heart disease. Michael Joseph Blaha, MD, from Johns Hopkins, notes that strong social connections built through physical bonding reduce stress and improve sleep quality. Sex is a form of exercise, and helps strengthen your heart, lower your blood pressure, reduce stress, and improve sleep, he explains. The emotional safety found in regular physical connection creates a buffer against anxiety and isolation, two issues that disproportionately affect older adults. The mechanisms behind these benefits are practical. Sex burns calories, about 85 per session for the average person. While that's not a substitute for the gym, it adds up over time. The act also releases oxytocin, sometimes called the cuddle hormone, which reduces stress hormones like cortisol. Lower stress means better blood pressure control and improved immune function. For older adults managing chronic conditions, these small physiological shifts can have outsized impacts on daily well-being. Heart health sees particular advantages. That same Johns Hopkins research found men who have sex at least twice weekly face lower heart attack risks. The reasons are straightforward. Sexual activity gets your heart pumping at a moderate rate, similar to a brisk walk. This gentle cardiovascular workout keeps blood vessels flexible while improving circulation. Women benefit too. Those reporting satisfying sex lives show similarly strong heart health markers. But perhaps the most overlooked advantage is the social component. Regular intimacy strengthens partnership bonds, creating emotional safety nets that extend beyond the bedroom. This matters because loneliness in seniors is tied to higher mortality rates. When physical connection fosters emotional closeness, it builds resilience against life's challenges. These benefits aren't automatic. They depend on safe, consensual experiences that account for physical changes. The key takeaway? Intimacy isn't just about pleasure. It's a legitimate contributor to healthy aging. From stronger hearts to sharper minds, the advantages stack up in ways researchers are only beginning to fully understand. Yet even with all these benefits, there's one risk factor that often goes unmentioned, something many seniors never see coming until it's too late. The STI risk. No one talks about. Janet, 68, never thought she'd need protection until her test results came back positive for chlamydia. Like many seniors, she assumed STIs were only a concern for younger people. But Janet's story isn't unusual. STI rates among adults 65 and older have doubled in the past decade, with chlamydia cases up 31% and syphilis rising 52% in this age group. A startling 10% of new HIV cases now occur in people over 50. Several factors drive this trend. After divorce or widowhood, many seniors find new partners without realizing the risks. Retirement communities and dating apps have made meeting people easier than ever. But there's a dangerous assumption at play. Nearly 70% of older adults stop using condoms after menopause because pregnancy is no longer a concern. Doctors compound the problem by skipping sexual health screenings during senior physicals. Only 28% of physicians routinely discuss safe sex with older patients. The health consequences can be severe. Older immune systems struggle more with infections. Untreated syphilis can attack the brain or heart. HIV progresses faster in seniors because age weakens immune response. Yet symptoms often get mistaken for normal aging. Pelvic pain attributed to arthritis or fatigue written off as just getting older. Protecting yourself starts with 3 steps. First, get tested annually if you're sexually active. The National Institute on Aging recommends testing for chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, and syphilis with new partners. Second, use protection. Latex or polyurethane condoms reduce transmission risk for most STIs. Third, have frank conversations with partners about sexual history. It might feel awkward, but it's necessary. Women face particular challenges. Vaginal thinning after menopause makes tearing and infection more likely. Yet only 11% of women over 50 report discussing STIs with their doctors. Men who have sex with men should get tested every 6 months, as they account for most new HIV cases in older adults. The testing process is simple: urine samples, blood draws, or swabs. Many clinics offer confidential services. Home test kits are available for those uncomfortable visiting a doctor. Treatment works the same at any age. Antibiotics cure bacterial infections like chlamydia, while antiviral drugs control HIV. Some seniors hesitate because they equate STI testing with promiscuity. But consider this: 1 in 5 people carry herpes, HSV-1 or HSV-2, often without symptoms. Many contracted it decades earlier from long-term partners. Testing isn't about judgment, it's about health management. Dating after 60 requires new safety measures. Before intimacy, ask when your partner last got tested. Keep condoms accessible. Many senior centers now stock them. If taking medications for ED, remember they prevent pregnancy, not STIs. Dental dams protect during oral sex. Pharmacies now sell lubricants containing Caragolox, which may reduce HIV transmission risk. PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis medications like Truvada, can prevent HIV infection for high-risk individuals. Medicare covers most STI tests and treatments. The key shift is recognizing that safe sex isn't just for the young. With seniors living longer, healthier lives, intimacy remains important. But so does protection. Janet learned this lesson the hard way. After treatment, she now carries condoms in her purse and gets tested yearly. At my age, she says, I shouldn't be embarrassed about taking care of my health. These conversations might feel uncomfortable, but they're vital. Your grandchildren aren't the only ones who need reminders about safe sex. Today's seniors are rewriting the rules of aging, including what it means to have a healthy sexual life. Intimacy after 60 brings joy, connection, and health benefits. With some simple precautions, you can enjoy those rewards while avoiding preventable risks. The next step? Consider how to foster this important part of life in a way that works for you. The truth is simple. Intimacy remains important at every age. Whether you're 25 or 75, you deserve accurate information and fulfilling connections. Studies show that seniors who stay sexually active often experience better cognitive function and overall health. A 2019 study linked regular intimacy with improved memory and problem-solving skills in older adults. Your next step? Start an honest conversation. Talk to your doctor about safe options that work for your body. Discuss intimacy openly with your partner if you have one, or simply reflect on what brings you joy. Age doesn't erase the need for connection. It just means adapting your approach. What matters most is finding what works for you. Dear wonderful beloved seniors, it's time to say goodbye for now. But oh, how we cherish sharing these moments with you. We wish you a vibrant, joyful, and safe sex life filled with love and connection. May you be blessed with glowing health, endless laughter, and all the happiness your hearts can hold. Until we meet again, take care, stay radiant, and we'll see you next time.